Hi and welcome to the ESI Africa studio. Today I'm speaking with Greg Kaser, Senior Project Manager from the World Nuclear Association. Hi Greg, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Ashley.
Tomorrow you'll be presenting on the nuclear track and you'll be focusing on the lessons learning in nuclear construction projects. What are going to be some of the key points that you want to draw out in this discussion?
Right, yes. Well, we published this report just very recently. It's an outcome of a couple of years' work we've been doing within the World Nuclear Association. We've looked at various construction projects that have occurred. Some of them, of course, have gone quite well, but we have to recognize that building a nuclear power plant is a mega project, and there are really inherent risks in there of something going wrong, which then needs to be fixed more expensively, and in terms of time, the schedule goes back and so on. So we've seen quite a history of that in some of these first-of-a-kind projects that we've had in Europe and North America, which have not been a success story by any means. So we've tried to look at those issues, and particularly the underlying issues there. What we conclude really is that the project sponsor, who's going to be the utility that's going to run the plant, has really got to get a grip of that project management. And that means getting the right type of contractual relationship which fosters a collaborative working attitude amongst the reactor vendor, the engineering procurement construction company maybe, the main equipment suppliers, perhaps nuclear or non-nuclear, and they've all got to work together cohesively. So there's got to be some sort of sharing of the risks and then the sharing of some of the benefits too, so they have an incentive to bring their knowledge to the table and get that project completed. Because quite a lot of the problems occurred down the supply chain. That's not all of them, but because it's highly regulated, the industry means that you're not really allowed to change things during the construction without approval if that has some sort of safety implication under the license that's been granted by the nuclear safety regulator. So to avoid that, you need to get the design in good shape in the first place and get those relationships right and cooperative to everyone be focused on making that project really successful.
And what questions would you like to see coming from the audience tomorrow with regards to this report?
Well, I guess people would be interested in talking a bit more about what type of contractual relationship might be there between the top tiers, between the operator who's going to run the plant and the builders, the constructors in any way. We've got a project in the United Kingdom where our association is based, and I'm a British citizen myself, Hinkley Point C, which is being run by EDF, the French utility, but it also has a British division there. And they've certainly had some problems in France in the Flamanville project, but they're trying to take all that experience and use it in Britain. So they're trying to do the lesson learning, and they've changed the way they contract as well with their main suppliers.
And yesterday, during the opening keynote session, South African Energy Minister, he made no mention of nuclear. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, it's a shame. I mean, we understand in South Africa in particular, there's been a lot of toing and froing about whether to have a program. And, there are issues there of public acceptance, of cost, of what type of technology, what type of relationship you want with the reactor vendor, because you're going to be in that relationship for another 40, 50, 60 years. So there are a lot of issues there to be worked through. But, we hope something will happen there. Egypt is going ahead, it seems, with a reactor to be supplied by Russia. Russia has the advantage that they're building in various countries, so they've got a lot of experience there. But there's a real world market out there for different types of design. And we're at the situation right now, 2018, 2019, where these Generation 3 nuclear power plants, gigawatt size, are actually being commissioned. And so these new designs, some of which have created some problems for the owners and for the builders, hopefully, with a bit of luck, we'll see them all operating smoothly in the next few months, and maybe that will change people's minds. They'll say, well, it's not an unproven technology anymore, it's a working reactor that's delivering power to the people who built it.
Greg, thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you for joining. I'm Ashley Turan, broadcasting live from African Utility Week.